Hey and welcome to 2 Minute Watches. Today we've got the Seiko, or King Seiko SPB389J1 Indigo Blue, or Indigo Denim, I think it is. This is supposed to be a Seiko boutique exclusive or through select stores. I've seen it in some authorized dealers online as well, but some form of limited circulation, basically. And I mean, the first thing that really strikes you is the fit and finish of this King Seiko variant is plain to see right off the bat for sure. Having held a Grand Seiko before, you've got very similar telltale signs of that. The first thing I think is really the sharpness of the indices and the hour markers. You can see that they are polished and textured to a significant degree. Let me just try and get a bit closer on there if possible. Let's hope the camera focuses. It's supposed to have an anti-reflective crystal, but it is obviously going quite a lot. Okay, that's not helpful. But you can see, there we go, the texture on the hour markers. It really gleams. I'm putting it against the window here. But the hour markers alone have significant play on the light. The minutes and hour hands in particular remind me a lot of the Grand Seiko in terms of the Dauphin hands, nice sharp edging as well. So you've really got a lot of the kind of hallmarks of King Seiko being reflected in the Grand Seiko in terms of design language. There you've got a King Seiko logo on the side. A lot of the elements and the quality remind me of Grand Seiko. The bracelet itself here is another clear upgrade. You've got this 7-link bracelet here, articulates so well, and every link is kind of polished and finished to an amazing degree. See, look at the play of that light. It just looks so sharp, very, very handsome, very beautiful. That kind of long lines also goes with the beveling of the case. You can see that mixture of polished and brushed again, which really plays against the light as you move your wrist around. So really, again, the modern enthusiast would compare it to Grand Seiko, but for those who know the history will have known that King Seiko and Grand Seiko were both put alongside each other to compete for high-end Seiko iterations of their watches. But now in the modern day, Seiko has put King Seiko in between Grand Seiko and the regular Seikos, with it retaining the Seiko logos. You can see here the nice applied finish, but it doesn't sit with its own branding on the top like Grand Seikos do with their GS logo. There are some changes to the previous 1959 reinterpretation. Here you've got a 38mm case size. It used to be 37, which has gone a bit heftier. I'll show you the repercussions of that on the 6.2-inch wrists. Previously the text on the dial had just King Seiko automatic, and they've gone for the automatic 3 days. Most people don't prefer the 3 days there. I think having an Arabic number there does look a bit odd. And it's not really an upgrade because the previous iteration also used the same 6R movement with 70-hour power reserve. I think it went from 70 to 72 hours, going from the 6R 35 to 55. So that might explain it going to the full 72 hours. But whether that 2-hour upgrade is worth it going to 3 days, personally, I wouldn't say so. But so that might be something for you. They've also added a date window, which some people like, some people don't like. It's quite a dressy watch, which means that people might wear it irregularly. So you have to, another thing you might have to adjust when you kind of wind it up again, and you lose the symmetry. So that might be something. So you've got the double loss of symmetry by adding the 3 days and the date window. Another one, interestingly, is actually they had to change the end link. So you can see here that it is flat. The previous version kind of was more integrated into the case itself. This is to accommodate the quick release pins at the back, you can see, so that you can quickly swap it out, I guess, for a leather strap if you're looking for something a bit more classy. Interestingly, again, the first release of these include the leather strap, but no interchangeable bracelet. And now they have an interchangeable bracelet, but they don't give you a free leather strap. So make of that what you will. But I would say that the straight lugs do actually reflect a bit more of the King Seiko heritage with their straight lines. So some might say it is actually closer to a faithful reinterpretation of the original. You've got a nice integrated butterfly clasp here with the King Seiko logo. On the back, you have, again, the kind of engraving of the King Seiko, looking very nice there, housing the 6R movement. 6R movements get a lot of flack due to some of the kind of timekeeping issues. This is a 6R55, which is a bit newer, slightly improved power reserve. I haven't had any personal issues with it, but some might. Again, it goes back to getting a 6R movement, which you can get in high-end prospects in the 1,000 under kind of price category, fitting in here. And that kind of really, some people say that kind of really kicks in the teeth of the King Seiko name. The counterpoint is that if you want Grand Seiko exterior for a reasonable price, and I know these aren't priced cheaply, as they go for about 1,800 RRP, often you can get it cheaper. I've seen this go for 1,300 new on sale. So you can start to get Grand Seiko level finishing in the bracelet, the case, the dial, the indices, the hands, etc. But you sacrifice the interior, and then some people call it, putting a cheap engine in a Ferrari, etc., etc. But again, it goes to show you look at the outside. You will spend most of the time looking at the outside, and as long as you've got a 6R movement, which is still, in my opinion, decent, which hopefully you get a good one that tells, keeps time, then if you're one of the people who looks, again, more into the kind of what your watch looks like and looks on the wrist, then there is an argument that this has its place in the Seiko lineup. So I'm actually a bit of a fan, and that might be a controversial opinion. But I think there is a place for some of these King Seikos. Whether they should take the Seiko logo out and put King Seiko at the top and make it its own kind of mid-tier or lower-end luxury, entry-level luxury kind of sub-brand, that's up to Seiko. Probably would be good to help, given how many Seiko models there are. It gets a bit confusing. But I think that would work. So yeah, big fan of this. Let me just put it on the wrist so that people can see what they're playing with. So here we have it on the 6.2 inch wrist of mine. So you can see that the slight increase in case size from 36 to 37-ish case size has made it a bit larger. It goes to 46, 47 millimeter lug to lug, and it starts to hang over a little bit, as you can see at certain angles, partly because my wrist isn't very flat, which is unfortunate. But it's fine. It's just a little. It's probably less dainty and dressy as maybe you would want in a more kind of a kind of more dressy style watch. But it works well, and it gives it a bit more sportier look, particularly if you go for the blue. So I think if you're going for something blue, a bit more kind of versatile, a bit more everyday, then maybe this with a bit more presence works. The previous version, maybe with a white or black dial, with a different finish. Here you've got obviously the kind of denim finish, isn't quite a sunburst or glossy as some of the other ones go for, but I think it's a bit more suitable for everyday wear. You can go with jeans and do a bit of a double denim kind of concoction, but yeah, it works really well for me, an everyday watch. So yeah, I'd say give King Seiko a go if you really want to. You like Seiko, or you had Grand Seiko, you haven't had Grand Seiko, but you kind of just really want to see the step up in quality. It really has to be kind of seen to be believed. So I would recommend checking these out. Thanks again for watching, and please do like and subscribe if you're a fan. Thank you.